人間ゼロ計画のため消えてもらう。
Alright guys, it's Hemo today, and today's video is going to be a bit different. I mean, not entirely different. I still will have matches that I was playing thrown up, but I wanted to go on a slight rant. Not a full rant, I'm not going to be screaming or anything, and I don't have massive issues right now with the current state of Dragonball Legends, but I do have one little nitpick. Well, not nitpick, I do have one problem that I think needs to be discussed, and it is the fact that I believe that defense in this game is just beginning to cease to exist. It is just dying swiftly, and I feel like we need to bring it back. And I don't think it needs to be to the extent of what we've seen before, where, you know, we've had metas in the past such as the regen meta and the Zenkai meta and just the Zenkai Saiyan meta with Angel Vegeta. We've seen metas like that where defense was actually so absurd that you just had too many matches going to timer. Though that was also bad. That was also very bad. But now I feel like we are at a point where the Legends team is power creeping damage numbers so much, and just offensive utility and options and mechanics and whatnot, just to the point where defense, the little bit of reliable defense we've had over the past year or so is now starting to be counteracted, so much so to the point where it's like, damn, is it even worth it? The only real defense we have in this game is just having at least one of your team who can cheat death once per match, just to avoid getting instantly rushed by Vegeta all the time, or to avoid instantly dying the moment a high star Ultra Gogeta or even a 5-star Ultra Gogeta uses his main ability and throws it at you. It's just at a point now where, and I don't call that real tanking. Real tanking is having units who have genuine like HP and genuine numbers that allowed them, then when damage cut used to really help out a lot more, and you had units who were able to genuinely survive combos. And I'm not talking about survive combos by the, you know, by a smidge, but I'm talking about you could actually eat damage fairly well and maybe even heal some of it off after, and have like a healthy 50-60%. And you know what I mean? You know, even if you had to heal yourself back up there, I just don't think we get that often anymore. We don't have genuine face tanks in this game now. That's been gone for a while. The only real face tanks that we've seen, people who can just straight up eat strikes and blasts and maybe even a blue or something on the side and still be fairly okay, fairly still in the game, not have like 12k HP left all the time. You know what I mean? The only units that we have is what, Gogeta Blue maybe? And then just the fuses in general, because the entire Fusion Warriors team, all of them just heal the crap out of themselves and just have ways to cheat you out of finishing your combos and getting things off and whatnot. You know what I mean? So, like, that helps them out. But overall, like, just for the overall, man, not just for one team being able to just constantly heal the crap out of themselves like the Fusion Warriors do. What is it on terms of like just looking at the overall most common units that we see, the most worthwhile units? Yeah, Saiyan Saga Goku Zenkai is one tank that comes to mind. I think he's like the best genuine face tank that we've had in this game for the past while now. Him, Nap Vegeta counts, but unfortunately people are now afraid to run them because you also are counteracting Nap Vegeta by simply ulting them with Ultra Gogeta 4 or rushing them with fusing Vegito, because regardless of what happens, once that revival procs by one of them in one of those ways, your revival unit is now being handicapped. So now we're at a point where running revives aren't even worthwhile, but also running endurance units isn't worthwhile, because if you don't have a buff canceling unit active on the field, Vegeta will rush them and then they'll die regardless. And even if you can cancel buff effects, the funny thing is Ultra Gogeta 4, I'm pretty sure, actually has an attribute downgrade for on units when he lands his ult or something. I don't even remember. I gotta reread this kid. I'm sorry, guys. But he's reducing health restoration and reducing the HP recovered on revive, so much so to the point where even if you cheat him out of getting a kill, it doesn't matter because you're once again, just like Vegito, you're just getting handicapped for having that proc. So what defensive tools that we did have and fall back on are just starting to be not worthwhile as well. And it's like, so when does defense come into play? When do we get the defensive power creep? They had a good start with adding HP abilities as the third stat for the headlining fusions. They gave them up to 10%. They gave them 10% HP. Granted, they had to be greedy and lock it behind wailing out on the game basically in 14 star. That was a start. But I think we need to see that on non-offensive units. I think we need to see that on supports and defense types more. But we just need to see more, man. Overall. More the common maximum HP on units needs to bump up. Have just barely going over 3 million, having 3.4 is not enough, and 4 million is just respectable. Damage cut does not just not matter anymore. 70% is just not doing it. I'm at a point where I feel like the only way for it to matter now, we need defense types. Any unit that's built to be defensive needs to have at least like 90% or 100% damage cut now. Otherwise, they're just face tanking is not going to be real. The only other way you're tanking is by debuffing and buff canceling and whatever other little cheating utilities that you have, which also are just starting to get to a point where certain characters don't even care as much anymore because they'll just push through it. But we need to see some sort of defensive power creep now, and I don't think we need to bring back the regen meta the way it used to be, but. We need to be able to survive a little bit more, in my opinion. It shouldn't be locked behind just the Fusion Warriors team, which can just overheal everything. But I want to know what you guys think. I'm sorry if my rant went on a little bit, but I appreciate those of you who stick around. I am still on a little push to my first 100. So if you've enjoy what you see, I hope you're willing to stay tuned for more videos that don't involve me just like kind of complaining about the game. Hope you guys stay tuned to see more interesting stuff. Let me know if you feel as though let me know if I'm not alone on this thought. And just let me know how you feel about the current state of defense in Dragon Ball Legends overall. Whatever your thoughts on, anything you think I might have missed or didn't cover as well, or anything you might agree or disagree with. Let me know how you guys feel. But I'm going to call it here. Not going to make this last too long. Hope you guys enjoy. And I'll see you later. Peace out.